Happy New Year! It's 2024, a new year, and with that comes with a lot of added stress because everybody's making all these new goals and everything like that. But I want to touch very quickly on that. Don't stress about this. Imagine January 1st and all the other days just being another day. Instead of it having to be this big pressure of like, oh gosh, it's a new year, I have to do new year, new me. No, just keep on keeping on with your same stuff, okay? In this video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 ways that we can rebuild our mindset to be resilient for everyday situations as well as even more stressful emergencies and disasters. Let's get going. Hey everyone, Morgan here. I think training your mind to be resilient is one of the top priorities, top one priority, not two, top one priority you should be working on. Because this is not only going to help you in a really high stress emergency or disaster situation, it's going to help you for just dealing with everyday life stressors. Okay, number one is mindfulness/meditation. These kind of coincide together, but really mindfulness is something, it's just being mindful and in the moment. You are not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about, gosh, what am I going to make for dinner tonight? No, you're in the moment, playing with your kids, working on that project, whatever it is that's going on, you're in that moment. This can actually be achieved through meditation. You can download free apps on your phone or online or whatever. Go watch YouTube videos about meditation. Let me tell you, it has honestly changed my life about how to change my perspective and being in the moment. Meditation is amazing. I highly recommend that you get started in it. Just 10 minutes a day, 5 or 10 minutes a day can change your world. Number two, positive self-talk. Everything we say to ourselves makes a difference. If you are constantly telling yourself, gosh, I'm so stupid, gosh, that was dumb, gosh, this, that, or the other, then you are going to believe it. We tell our kids all the time, don't say these negative things because it has a big impact on yourself. And it does. If you've ever noticed that, when you say something negative about yourself or others, you start feeling really nasty, right? You start feeling that negativity and that anger, and you start getting built up and the stress and all this. It makes a huge difference. You got to have that positive self-talk. And I know this sounds really frou-frou to like a lot of guys, I'm probably going to be watching this, but it makes a huge difference. Prepping with Sarge just posted something on his Instagram about this recently. The thoughts that we manifest make a difference in our actions and how we perceive ourselves and the world. Number three, having a generally healthy lifestyle. And I'm not saying you got to go be like a marathon runner or something like that, but I do encourage you to get a little bit of movement in your life, whether it's yoga, going for a walk, getting to the gym. We try to hit the gym about 2 to 3 times a week. And, I tell you, it makes a huge difference, especially in the winter, when you're spending a little bit more time indoors. But we do still get outdoors, even in the winter. But, you got to start living a little bit healthier. Now, it's all about balance, okay? We still eat the junk food and stuff like that, but it's all in good balance. We're still eating healthy meals. I got a black-eyed pea soup in the Instant Pot with some cornbread. But we also had some nachos, is that really unhealthy? I don't know. Sometimes we have some Skittles, things like that. I'm not talking about like you have to live a super healthy, all raw food diet, but, balance. Just try to live a little bit healthier every single day. Do your best. Social support. Now, this is a very difficult one. Community support, having that lifeline of people that you can turn to in case whatever happens, or you need support in whatever ways. I have found such great support, with through my husband and through friends and things like that. We support each other the very best that we possibly can. And it's a huge relief to have that support, because if you don't have it, I've seen time and time again on like Facebook, groups for moms. I don't have any support, I don't have anyone to turn to, nobody to help me. I'm doing this all on my own. I'm a single parent, all this stuff. It's so tough, and nobody can do it on their own. We're not meant to do everything on our own. This is why I preach community so highly. If you don't have a significant other, and even if you do, community is huge. We have neighbors and friends that we help out and they help us, vice versa. That support system is just, it's going to be vital to our overall wellness and thriving, and not just surviving, but thriving. All right, the next one is problem solving skills. I feel like lately people with our abundance of information, They just don't want to solve problems on their own. And I think that's a huge problem. When just anything goes wrong, just the slightest thing, they're like, I can't do this, I can't deal with it. However, I will say that once you work on your mindset and all these other things, the problem solving and wanting to just move forward and deal with it actually comes a lot easier. Now, let's say for an instance, like my kid gets hurt, what happens? We deal with the situation. Say, are you okay? What's going on? How can I help you? All these things. And then we can get down to the, what happened? All these other things. This is a problem solving skill. This is, okay, I am going to solve this immediate problem. If my child just got hurt, I'm going to get a Band-Aid or whatever the case may be. I need to console her. And then I will figure out what happened, right? And this is going to be the case with just about anything. We need to solve the problem at hand. Whether that's, resolving, figuring out what happened and why, whatever the case may be. Problem solving is going to boost your self-esteem and make you realize that you really are capable of just so much more than they make you think that you are. Next one is adaptability. This one is my favorite. I honestly think this should have been number one. I didn't do these right. Okay, let's just say these are not in the best order. Without adaptability, it is a struggle for some of us to get by, because especially from 2020 to now, people have had to adapt and change, and it has sucked for the majority of the people. The majority of people just simply have been unable to adapt and overcome. You must shift and bend, and this is where prepping and survival and all this stuff that I've been talking about for years and years comes into play. Because yes, you have the baseline of your plans and you have your preps and you have all these things and you've been practicing, but things will still go wrong, right? Murphy's Law. So you got to know how to adapt and jump and slide and do whatever else needs to happen in order for this to have a successful outcome. For example, you woke up during the day and you said, you know what, today's going to be a great day to go out and have a picnic. Well, and then it started raining. Well, gosh darn it, I'm really upset. I really wanted to have that picnic, right? But then you could have your upset moment, but then jump up and be like, you know what, maybe I can have a picnic in my living room, right? Adjust, overcome. It's still going to be fun. Just because you couldn't do it outside, you could probably still do it, at home in your living room. Set up a nice little ambiance, okay? So figure it out. Adapt and overcome. Oh, this next one is a biggie. Set realistic goals. And this is such a perfect day to talk about this. Setting realistic goals is one of those things that just hardly anyone does, especially me. I was looking back on past goals and I'm like, whoa, those are lofty, okay? What is a realistic goal to you? Is it to make bread once a month? Is it to, start a garden in July? Are these realistic goals for you? Write down all of the goals that you ever want to accomplish, right? But then rework it and figure out what is going to be realistic for you at this time with your budget, your current skills, your location, whatever the case may be, right? And this is especially important when I talk about people and homesteading at home, right where you're at. You don't need 1 million acres, even an acre to start homesteading skills. You can start right now. Set realistic goals of learning to can and, learning all these skills of cooking from scratch and stocking up on food and water and learning to sew and all these other little homesteady things that will come in handy, whether you live on acreage or not. Oh, time management. Yeah, you know what? Even I could work on this one. I don't manage my time very well. I'm constantly having to adapt and shift every single day. But there have been a little bit of things that I have been like, you know what? I'm going to have to shift my mindset of I can't get this done during this time. I have to readjust my time over here, right? Sometimes things have to be done at night when I couldn't get them done during the day or whatever the case may be. Sometimes things just have to get done, during the day, but maybe I have to switch it around to accommodate for everything else that needs to be done. Time management is hard. I got a planner recently and that has wildly helped my time management. Physically being able to see what needs to be done is a huge help for me, and everybody's going to be different. I also have an alarm on my phone that, pops up, hey, this needs to be done. All these things help to manage your time in our busy lifestyle, right? Develop a growth mindset. This is a biggie, okay? When you develop a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities. So now we're going back to a growth mindset of, dang it, that didn't work out. Now I can adapt, right? I can use that skill to adapt. And now I can come back down to this growth mindset and be like, how can I use this challenge as an opportunity, right? How can I use this challenge to expand and move on? Maybe this challenge isn't a lost cause. Maybe it's an opportunity to completely shift my mindset and figure out something even better than I had before, right? All right, I think this last one, you probably were all hoping and that I would say this. Control what you can control. This is the number one thing that will, I say that all these are number one things, right? This is with everything else. Controlling what you can control is something that will bring your fear and anxiety down tenfold, okay? I don't want you to be ignorant. I want you to read the news. I want you to listen to the news. I want you to know what is going on in the world. And then I want you to focus on what you can do in order to mitigate anything that could happen for you in your general community area, right? Your home. Your home is what you can control. You, your actions, your feelings, how you react and act towards things. These are things you can control. Soak up everything that's going around us and then take a breath and just spit it out and just control what you can control by being prepared, having plans, continuing to thrive in whatever situation that you're in to do your very best, because that is all we can do. In 2024, I want you to actually make it a goal to take your survival mindset, all these things that I listed today, into serious consideration and really work on them. It's going to take time, okay? Sometimes it can take years to really get to that like solid, I feel really at peace with all these things, that kind of thing. Even to this day, I will tell you, sometimes as long as I've been doing this, I get a little bit of anxiety in that like, okay, I'm not as prepared as I want to be, even though we're pretty good, but I feel like I could always be like one more step forward, and then I have to just, okay, we're good. Okay. we got this. We can keep moving forward. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to check out the other episodes of the Survival Tips series of the 30 Days of Survival. Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today. I hope you have a wonderful start to the 2024 year. And let me know how you control your fear, anxiety, or anything else through your mindset down below in the comments. Thank y'all so much for watching. I already said that, but I'll say it again. Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today. Bye-bye.